products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high-quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low-cost supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parch, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited, Warrenville, Cunupia. Chic Leisure Limited, quality you can trust.
Introducing the finest selection from premium deli and meats. Savor the bold flavors of beef salami, beef pepperoni and chicken ham. Indulge in our diced beef bacon and perfectly sliced beef bacon. Explore the rich taste of smoked beef and tender roast beef. Treat yourself to our juicy jumbo chicken hot dogs and beef hot dogs. Top it all off with the delicate flavors of smoked turkey breast and our premium whole turkey, all halal certified for your trust. Delivered to you by Chill Foods, Premium Deli and Meats, excellence in every bite.
The power to shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronex's collection of angle grinders.
Link.
We on?
We on. Good night, everyone. Welcome back, Uncle Nazim.
Welcome back, sir. Mr. Jaggi, sir.
Yes,
welcome back to the studios of IBN, your
Good
home.
to be back. Good to be back. And I see Emancipation Weekend in red, white and black national colors.
Wait, and I have it on my shirt and on the top.
You have it more than me.
You see that.
All right. Good night, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. I am your co-host, Richard Jagasa. I'm here with Uncle Nazim Ishmael. And tonight we have a packed program for you. Thanks for giving me 2 weeks off, but we're back. We're live. We're direct, breaking barriers. We're about to hit hard.
Assalamu alaikum and good night, everyone. As the learned attorney said, we coming back with a bang. But first, I would just like to start the program on a more somber mood in that we had some sad news. This occurred since last week, Friday. So, guys, we'll just show the first slide with the 3 persons. Right, here they are. The one in the blue is Hemati. I used to call her Mai. Pleasant person, always smiling as you see. Tragically, she died in an accident last week, Friday. Her son, Saeed, is still at the hospital. And her husband, Inshan, is still at the hospital too, in the ICU. So we would like to, on behalf of the staff and everyone at IBN, we would like to send our condolences to the family, to my brother Ashmead, his wife Lillian. We have Indra, we have Sandra, and their daughter Syra, who is, as you know, will be taking this pretty hard. So again, we would just like to send our condolences on behalf of the bereaved family. And tragically again this morning, one of our good friends from Lapai, guys, we're supposed to have that lineup. Here he is, Mr. Amar, better known as Mukdar. Now, he was a real chef. Real chef. Only last week, Sunday, I spoke to him by my brother Ashmead. And if you saw how the person was, and hearing the news this morning that he died of a massive heart attack, it just goes to show that you live every day as it is your last day. A very pleasant man, again, to Ravi, his son, and Ravi's wife, what is her name again, boy? Look, Jaya, and the entire family. We would just like to send our condolences on behalf of the staff and everyone at IBN, and we'll take it from here. Funeral arrangements will be made in a subsequent announcement. All right, so we have some clips we want to send. You know what is trending now is this situation in Gaza. It is becoming, I mean, a stage where you have to wonder where the hearts and minds of people really are. When you watch little children, I mean, you're being starved to death, and the entire, well, I shouldn't say the entire world, but the big guns, for instance, look like America, who is still supporting them. England has decided that they will wait until September to see what Israel doing before they take a stand in the vote. And watch at these kids. Do you think these kids will last until September? Watch at the condition and being starved of food. The food they are blocking the food from coming to the people who desperately need it. Medication. I don't know how the rest of the world could just sit and watch Israel, this big bully, suffering little children, little innocent children. It had to be ridiculous. Something has to be done, and we can't wait until September. Something has to be done immediately. So, as we are on the topic of Gaza, guys, I think we should take some calls. We should take some calls on this issue, because this is a pressing issue. So if we could put on the phone lines and interact with the viewing public, and let's hear their take on it, because it is sad. Richard, you following this issue?
Yeah, very closely, and it is indeed sad. The loss of human life in this way, in any part of the world, of course, is disheartening and heartbreaking, to say the least. It's a humanitarian and human rights crisis. It's an international crisis.
I watching Al Jazeera and things I see, people going for food and they are being shot. Actually being shot. You telling me, well, how could a human being actually see somebody come to collect food, they're actually starving, and you take a gun and just shoot them?
Yeah.
These are not human, boy. These are beasts. These are beasts. And people and big players supporting it. Big players supporting it.
Yeah.
So it's really, really ridiculous.
So we open the phone lines.
Yeah, we have the phone lines open. So viewers, anyone want to call and have their say on it, because this is very pressing. I also want to find out what is the government take on this Gaza issue. Did they make a pronouncement?
To the best of my knowledge, I don't think in 3 months that this government has been in force, they've made any new additional statements.
As the previous government, I think, supported the issue with Palestine.
Yeah, so it could be that they intend to make a statement in short order.
Well, let's hope they do. because it is ridiculous, really ridiculous. So guys, if we could just go through these slides again and just one by one a little slower, just for people to get a feel of it. Watch at this little child actually scraping the bottom of the pot to get something to eat. Watch at that. And we sometimes have food here to our leisure. Sometimes we throw in food away. Watch at, and let's go again. Watch a little child. Watch at sufferation. Just watch at these little, how could people even watch these pictures and turn a blind eye? This child actually, his tummy is actually blue. Watch at this child. Watch at the eyes. And I remember quite clearly when Russia had their invaded Ukraine, a reporter was stating on TV, crying and saying, watch how they're killing blue-eyed children. Blue-eyed children and actually crying. So these children, the eyes not blue, so it doesn't matter. Is that what going on in this world at present? It's amazing. It's amazing. So what are the skeletal of this young girl? Little child. Watch at this one. Mothers are nursing babies and they don't have no milk. You can imagine that?
It is indeed a humanitarian crisis.
It has reached a position where drastically something has to be done. The airlifts, the food that they drop in, they sometimes blocking them from getting it. We have a caller in. Hello, good night, caller.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
Barring watching that, I've seen this before. But I am telling you, I don't matter what religion people are, whether they, whatever it is, but you could never believe in God and watch these sorts of things and doing that to the children. That is irreversible, man. I am disgusted with somebody has to do something that you are never children. Therefore, that could never say you would the way of God. They could never ever believe in God. And all these soldiers who do these things, boy, I tell you, I would like to say what should be done to them. That is criminal act by any government, anybody in charge. That children that has nothing to do with anything cannot be treated like that. No part of the world. I mean, especially that they have all the food waiting there to be delivered and it's stopping them. That is devilish act. I tell you, I don't know what to say to this world again. There is something wrong with this world.
All right.
Thank you for taking my call.
All right, caller, thank you. You see, I didn't bring any religion into it because this is a straight case of it could have happened to anybody, but at this point in time, it is happening to Muslims.
Correct.
Right? So anybody, look, we have a next caller in line. Hello. Good night, caller.
Good night.
Good night.
I really don't have a contribution. I just called to find out how Inshan doing.
Of course, well, I could safely tell you he is coming along. He has his good days, he has his bad days. He, according to how he feels, that's how he move around. So we'll keep you updated as time go along. But so far, as I say, I would prefer to him to come and brief you all. You will prefer hearing from him himself. You will appreciate it better. So as it stands, he's coming along, and we pray, we make dua for him, and hope that everything come to fruition. All right, Richard. We took up some time there. Maybe we can go on to, time runs very fast.
Yeah.
We are at 11 minutes past. So we want to go to the next topic. Which one you're taking on?
Or do you want to take the first break, get out of the way, and then open back fresh?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Okay, guys, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and get the ball rolling.
Yourself to our juicy jumbo chicken hot dogs and beef hot dogs. Top it all off with the delicate flavors of smoked turkey breast and our premium whole turkey, all halal certified for your trust. Delivered to you by Chill Foods, Premium Deli and Meats, excellence in every bite.
The power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronex's collection of angle grinders.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parched, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited, Warrenville, Conopia. Chic Leisure Limited, quality you can trust.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest varieties, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
Right true. What time I pick him up? Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Oh yes, Juma.
Right.
Well, we now talking. But wait, how all of a sudden you want to go Juma, man?
How all of what you mean? I gone Juma
Wait,
before.
I now recall something. You took Shada?
Yeah. Long time.
I remember because that you come by the mosque and you asked me to get a nice little dollar in there. And
see how you want to talk about this?
No,
we pick him up Friday.
But that is good, man. That is very good.
We go in Monroe this year, right?
I say we go ahead Princess Town. I have some people down there.
Anyway, you drive
I have
in.
some people down there, some family. We tell them Korea duck. Yeah. And we come down on a Friday in Princess Town, right?
Say no more, say no more.
All right, so Princess Town.
And you know when I took the Shahada, Uncle Inshan was there.
Well, that's very good. So he could vouch for you.
All right.
All right, folks, you hear it right here on IBN. The Honorable Richard Jagisa is now fully.
Not now, since 2019.
Right, but I mean being in public domain because it was done more privately. But now you publicly announced that you are, as it stands, a Muslim.
Right.
All right. Very good. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the... yes, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
And here we pronounce that.
Joke, all this
here
joke.
we pronounce that. All right. Let me get going now.
Right. So, first things first. Come for Bacchanal.
Right.
What's going on in the PNM? There's a great party, the greatest party in the in the Western Hemisphere. What's going on with them?
Boy, I think they lost their way.
I think they never had a way. Because their constitution, they always want to tell everybody else from the UNC go down, who to vote for, who to remove, who to put on thing. Them people can't even vote for their own political leader, deputy political leader.
But they say they are an institution.
Yeah, they select the DPL.
Yeah, but look at the people they select.
From bad to worse.
So you telling me Stuart Young is so out of touch with the party that he couldn't get deputy political leader?
Alil Kakara.
They put old man Colembert, who said this might be his last.
Right.
Hoorah.
Who say he want to give up chairman for the younger people. He come
Right.
to get DPL now.
I'm telling you.
Or is it that he represents a certain sector of society? The old guard of the PNM? I don't know,
He
right?
is for the elites.
All right, okay. And then you put this failure. He lost his deposit or he lost his seat on Mayaro. He was on all these boards. We talked about him, Sanjeev Budu.
Yes.
Right, they put he as a deputy political
No, well, you
leader.
see, I go tell you something. I always say, PNM does always put an Indian as a deputy political leader.
So you think he's window dressing? You
That
think
is
he's
with mayonnaise, ketchup, and pepper sauce.
all
Window
kind of dressing? Oh God!
That is what
oh
he
God.
is.
Poor fella again. Use and he didn't just watch Sindura and Sinanan
all of them.
and who's the boy from Shogun Aziz? Sukai. He didn't just watch them on the way out. He come to get used
None
now.
of them even get a senatorial position.
Oh God! They just holding on to DPL.
You understand?
Like
So-
and where is the more experienced politicians? Anita, hey, they real experience in opposition, eh?
But not
They real no opposition politics. Their whole life in opposition.
Not only Anita Haynes, you know. Remember, it had two others.
It have Anita, it have Dinesh Rambali,
And it had Lala.
La La Land. What going on with them? Their whole life they spend in opposition. They come now. If I find PNM should go for experience. I find you should take the people who now spend 10 years in opposition and
Put them in your party. They will
Yeah.
probably bring some value.
Yeah.
As compared to what they have now.
Yeah.
Is a total disgrace, you know.
Right.
And I ain't seen Camille Robinson Regis.
You're not seeing she, correct?
Where is Camille Robinson Regis?
As you say who you're not seeing, I understand the political leader of the PNM had a meeting in Malabar.
That couldn't be a meeting.
And
Richard.
And before you make that point, and Stuart Young wasn't there.
Well,
And I understand there was was it at that same meeting? Certain MPs did not speak. Certain MPs did not speak at that meeting.
they get banned.
I don't know what's going on in the PNM, but it looked like there's a fraction, something going on. But the point I wanted to make, I heard it had more empty chairs there than the Oval in rainy season.
They overestimated they could have rented about 20 chairs.
Right, and
they
save
would have
some money.
And they would have saved a lot of money.
They could have just borrowed 20 chairs from Baraka Grounds.
We'd have given them a two name charge them for itself. And we had red chairs, we'd have given them the red chairs.
I don't know what's going on in that party. So we have the political leader had a meeting in Malabar. All the boys who always talking in all the press conferences, they didn't talk in the meeting, correct? I don't think some of them talk in the meeting. Because Stuart didn't talk, I know that for sure. I'm not sure if Faris didn't talk. Them always holding press conference, eh? That Simon Noriega didn't talk. Amory Brown didn't
What
speak.
about Marvin?
I think Marvin spoke. I'm not sure. No? I'll double check that for you.
So wait, then who supported any meeting?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I understand one of the MPs she had speaking was Kareem.
No, well, better she didn't make nobody speak. Because he had no value to the meeting. he wouldn't add any value.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, seeing that while we in Karim, let me show you a little clip in Parliament.
Fix up.
He name called, so let me see.
This qualified attorney at law, MP for a constituency, representative of the people. Here we have to say.
All right, let's hear what Karim has to say, guy.
Porter Whitehall. The work starts now, Mr. Speaker. And it starts when the member for Saparia lifts her self-imposed curfew from the Pink Palace more than once a week and casually report to Whitehall and take...
Come on. Both members, I'm on my legs. And I would ask that members observe the standing orders. You all know it. I'm going to ask you to withdraw that entirely indecorous comment and the description of a pink palace. That is wholly, entirely unwarranted, and it is indecorous in the extreme. Withdraw it now.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, it's emancipation. We celebrated emancipation. Massa Day is done.
I looking at what took place in Parliament yesterday with PNM, Curry Marcel. And first I want to say, why the seniors in PNM is not trying to mold this young gentleman in Curry Marcel. Always wheeling him down, a part of no return, a part of destruction. Nobody will want to listen to him anymore. The speaker simply asked you to retract a statement, and your response was, Massa Day is done in a disrespectful way.
Yeah, everything is race, Massa Day is done.
That is what
the words were untenable. The words were indelicate. How could you refer to the Honorable Prime Minister and it was distasteful language? Sorry, I cut you across. I was so emotional.
Maybe he didn't understand the words the speaker used.
Well.
That could be it.
The word indecorous means not in keeping with good taste, indelicate.
You understand? No, I am not surprised of his behavior. True, he's an attorney at law, but oh God, you learn nothing.
I think the PNM has to do a good
behavior,
a better job.
I have some behavior on your last meeting. You said you come out and you're bumping your gum, and you're talking about a government now going into power 3 months, but you bumping your gum and saying call election now, we ready now. Right. So all you wasn't ready for over 9.5 years. Karim come on the scene, so PNM ready now. What crap I just behaving in this place, boy?
Yeah.
Where them come from?
Right. And you see, it is what is being taught in Balize House. It is what the higher ups in the party teach them. His first response, his first reaction was something rooted in race. But it wasn't that just a couple days ago. The comment was made from the opposition chief whip about certain names being Delhi and Bangladeshi in nature. The first response is rooted in race right through. It's nothing new coming out of Balize House, And I don't understand it. I absolutely don't understand it.
Richard, you young. At least I think so. Now, I understand it fully. When PNM back is against the wall, that is what they come out with the race card. Anytime their back is against the wall.
Yeah.
Race.
I call upon everybody in Parliament to do better.
Yes.
To act more appropriately. To act with less hate. According to the AG, when he spoke last night or night before, let's not try to get a heart attack. Let's all speak to each other with smiles and so on. Come now, man. I understand you're debating a bill. I understand you're speaking on behalf of what you believe in and what you represent and so on. But to refer to the Prime Minister in that way is wholly and solely unnecessary, and I think we could do better. He's only been there 3 months. I don't have any excuse for the comments Marvin Gonzalez made. I know the former Prime Minister said his comments were indelicate.
Yeah.
I think they were far more than indelicate, but if that's what they pass off as indelicacy in Balize household, then I understand why that is what they're spitting out. But I think better is expected, better is demanded. We'll give you a chance. We'll see how you improve over time. But I think the whole nation took issue with what he said.
Now you have to remember, if I use a remark like that, boy, they're going to roast me over the coals. They're going to do that. But when a particular race says that, it's all well and good.
Yeah.
It's all well and good. Look, for instance, you remember the Police Service Commission chairman. I don't know if you recall when Nizam Mohammed made a remark about the composition of the police, the imbalance. And I think who was it? I think Kamala was there, boy, and he was removed. He was removed as chairman. So I want to see what Penny, well as I say, is like a cancer in the PNM. They can't help themselves.
Yeah.
They cannot help themselves.
Well, you talk about Penny, but I don't know who's really the leader of the PNM, because it have Penny, it has Stuart, it have Hove, it's faction after faction after faction. The PNM has completely split and lost its way, you know.
It lost its way.
Lost its way. The PNM no longer stands for anything, you know, no longer represents anybody in this country, you know.
Boy, they're going to, the only way I could see this PNM resurrecting themselves is if the UNC make a mess. That is the only way.
And it's
if
looking
UNC
so,
do the correct things, PNM is buried. Yeah. I'm telling you, they're buried right now because people so disenchanted with them for that 10 years, close to 10 years and before. UNC, I tell you all the straight, all you do what is right, corruption and all these things, all you talk about corruption in the PNM, well, you all now have to carry the mantle and show the public that you not in that. Anyone found in corrupt practices should be dealt with swiftly, as the Prime Minister said.
And correct, she said so. She said, don't get comfortable here, you know. To her cabinet, she said, do not get comfortable here. If you slip up, you'll see the door. As you raise that issue, I think that's a nice segue. Guys, you said you have the video of the Honorable Prime Minister. Well, let me just introduce it. Let me know when it's queued up. Essentially, the Prime Minister has directed all of her MPs to have consultations for the budget and the Stand Your Ground. And that's what I wanted to get into tonight, the Stand Your Ground legislation. Because, you know, I think all of the viewers know how passionately I am about the Stand Your Ground legislation. So I want to spend some time on that. But before that, most of the MPs conducted their pre-budget consultation. Now, I think it's brilliant. I think it's intelligent. It is on the ground representation. It is hearing from you, the people, what should be put in law, what should be in the policymaker's mind at the time of drafting certain bills. In this case, the budget, we want to hear, the government essentially said, listen, we want to hear from you. We want to hear where we should be allocating monies. So most of the MPs had their pre-budget consultations. The Honorable Kamala Persad-Visessa, Prime Minister SC, had hers last night. And in the question and answer portion of the consultation, somebody raised a very interesting question regarding URP and CPEP and so on. And as Uncle Nazim just said, there's a distinction between the way the UNC governs and the way the PNM governs insofar as weeding out corruption is concerned. And let's hear her answer to the question, and let's take it understanding that this is where the Prime Minister's mind is. And this is one of the ways she intends on dealing with corruption and rooted corruption that's so embedded in the last administration. And let's hear what she says. Guys?
Because in every government department, we have a lot of things to be done. There are many, many ministries. You have industries, there's something we can department. You talked about the CPEP. Maybe tonight is not the time for that full disclosure, but I can say I am very much against the whole structuring of the CPEP, the URP, and the reforestation. Many of you, in my constituency and elsewhere, you were just hoping to replace. So when we vote on the PNL, you want 5 young and 10 young, and look at what you want, guns. You really want guns? I mean, seriously? Do we want guns? Read the name they gave to this thing, guns. So it is something the cabinet, we've already had a couple of meetings to look at that whole program. And tonight when you talk about the trade schools, the apprenticeship thing struck my brain a few days ago. Let's look at something like that. Let's look at something where people can come, apprentice, or go to the MIC, the YTEP you mentioned, all those programs for skills training. We give them a stipend and let them learn something so they can transition out. How long you want to be cutting grass for? You know, that's what those programs said. We have become a nation of grass cutters under the PNM. So the CPEP cutting grass, no, this is not a joke. The CPEP cutting grass, the URP cutting grass, reforestation cutting grass, but it's supposed to be planting trees. They didn't plant any. The regional corporations cutting grass, HGCs cutting grass, NGCs cutting grass. So all the people in our country, grass cutters, we cannot. So look, I'm really thinking, and I'm telling you, vexed with us because they feel we should just replace the CPEP and the RD. That will take us nowhere. They have become criminalized. If you put yourselves there, you say, okay, you want one gang and you want two or how many, and you have the gang. All it takes is for the criminal to come to you and say, I know where you're living, I know your wife, I know your son. You see the 10 names you have on the gang? You write down these 5, and you could take the next 5. So you have 5 ghosts. Because of the fear, the criminals are creating this fear. I will explain it, but maybe it's the first time I'm giving my full deeper thinking on it. I know people are worried about it, but that is not the way for us to take our young people to send you out there. They will threaten the 4 men on each of the programs. 5 for you and 5 for me, boss. Take it or leave it. What happens? So you have 5 ghosts and the criminal man collecting the money. That's what is happening. That's what's happening. It is not that we are vicious. It is not that we are racist. This is for everybody. Everyone, whether whichever you vote for, which constituency, I cannot in good conscience continue that program. We have to restructure it. We have to this is the way to learn.
So you see there's a different tactic in the way governments, respective administrations deal with issues. In that case, the Prime Minister mentioned that the evidence of criminal activity, ghost gangs, corruption, and so on, so it needs to be revised, it needs to be looked at. And I think there is merit there, simply because immediately after the Honorable Kamala Prasad-Visesa and Minister Barry Padarat took this mindset, took this attitude to URP and CPEP and so on, all of a sudden we got information that there is a strike being called from inside the prisons, which has now led to a state of emergency, and let me just spend some time on that. So we have a current state of emergency, which was called because the Attorney General and the police arms were reliably informed that there was a coordinated strike coming from inside the prisons. And during Monday night's debate on the extension of the SOE, we heard this for the first time. We heard that, for those of you who do not know, Block 13 is the place where they keep the worst of the worst criminals. Not only murderers, but what I call mass murderers, gang leaders, the people who call the hit on other people. And we heard for the first time on Monday night, I heard for the first time on Monday night, that it was the former PNM administration that kept all of the gang leaders in Block 13. And they developed a camaraderie. They developed a friendship. They developed they had panchayat. A network. These are gangs, gang leaders, represented from different factors of society, fractions of society, that would normally not associate with one another because of the actions of the former administration, were now forced to coexist. And in their discussions, guess what happened? They found a mutual hate. Guess for who? The people that put them behind bars. The lawyers, the judiciary, the judicial officers, judges, and so on. The lawyers involved in the DPP's office and so on. And the government. And those criminals, because they're in jail, so it's appropriate to refer to them as criminals, called their arms and their forces and their soldiers outside and coordinated a synchronized effort against what the Attorney General called and what the President agreed to be the greatest potential assault on our democracy since 1990. I worded that correctly?
Correctly.
The greatest assault on our democracy since 1990, which, as we know, was an effort that, in fact, toppled the government of the day. So in those circumstances, the government took a plea to the president. President agreed and laid a state of emergency. I think the 14th of June or 15th, 16th, or the 16th, around there. And it was enforced for 2 weeks. On Monday, it was extended for another 3 months. Now, for those of you who may be thinking, but what about the PNM? Them called state of emergency just the other day. Hold on, wait, stop. When the PNM called the state of emergency, the Prime Minister for the PNM then, Dr. Rowley, was in Tobago, Lyman, in a party with a cup in his hand. So he called state of emergency on the phone. He called the boys in Trinidad and tell them, hey, only call a state of emergency. When this government called a state of emergency, it was called after the Prime Minister was up for 48 hours discussing matters of importance, a Security Council meeting with the Attorney General and so on, and Commissioner of Police and Minister of Homeland Security and so on. And after extensive review and consideration of the information, certain action had to be taken. Certain action have now been corroborated because I understand, was it 2 drones? 2 drones were information. There's certain things we could say and we can say, but information has come from certain drone activity relative to those gangs and so on. So having said all of that, the government has removed the criminals from that coordinated, somebody call it a party group, Somebody said the PNM put all the gang leaders together and them form a party group, So that party group get disbanded, moved off island, and separated. They're now well, not necessarily in solitude because they still see people, they still see their lawyers. The lawyers go into court and to make sure they get seen. So they're not in solitude, but they are not able to discuss matters with one another, and therefore the coordination has fallen. Think about it. Think about who those men hate. Those men hate the judiciary, the judges that put them behind bars. Those men hate Randall Hector, the DPP lawyer who put so many criminals behind bars, who, as you know, was shot and killed Christmas Eve.
All Year's Night.
All Year's Night, right? All Year's Night, coming from church.
After making a sermon, I think.
Yes, after speaking at the church. Those men hate Dana Sitahal, SC, DPP lawyer. Those men hate the lawyers who put them behind bars. Those men hate the judges who put them behind bars. Those men hate the participants on the jury who vote to put them behind bars. And it is in that vein, to protect this country's democracy, the state of emergency was called. So there's a difference. There's a difference between the last state of emergency and this one. There's a difference in the handling of the state of emergency and the evidence that and remember, we are getting dregs, we are getting trickle-down evidence because there are active investigations ongoing that the public isn't allowed to know about. The National Security Council is dealing with those things, and certain things will come to light as we progress. But I understand that the PNM, with all of their resources, the anti-gang bill and the firearms act amended how many times with 90 days without bail, could not curb crime. But I understand that in a couple of days, we will get some statistics and we will see how the state of emergency has reduced crime, and insofar as serious crime is concerned. So, you have any questions on the SOE?
No, you're going fine.
And of course, when we open the lines, we'll hear more on that.
You're going fine. I show a lot of people lining up questions for you.
Yeah, write down all the questions. Message it on your phone so you have it. The only other issue I wanted to discuss is this stand your ground legislation, or stand your ground potential legislation, the bill. And for those of you who do not know, it is now being circulated in the public. There is a policy paper issued by the Law Reform Commission. You can probably zoom in on it. I'm not sure if you're getting it there. It's a policy paper issued, and the bill has been drafted and is available. I think it's on Parliament's website. If not, it's been circulated. I maybe saw it about 5 times on Facebook alone. But I can send it to you if anybody wants to have a look at it. Before I get into it, it is incumbent on me to remind us all of what has happened in the last couple of years, which has led to this bill being needed. In 2023, a woman shot and killed an intruder, and the DPP, 6 months after, still didn't know if to lay a charge against the homeowner, against the lady, right? A woman in Chaguanas was the subject of an attempted home invasion, but she was able to use her husband's licensed Glock, and when she saw Joseph, which was the attempted home invader, attempting to flee, she shot him. The woman was not the holder of a FUL. When the woman examined the CCTV camera, she saw the victim lying on the ground in a pool of blood. Police took 45 minutes to reach. For 6 months, the woman lay in uncertainty, not knowing if she would be charged with murder. So the law right now, without this bill being passed, is she could still be charged with murder. Imagine that. Right? There's an inquest ongoing, and coroner's report DPP is waiting on a coroner's report and may still lay the charge of murder. Another headline, March 2025. Pensioner and a caretaker beaten in Maraval. So we have Chaguanas, we have Maraval. Criminals know no boundaries. An 85-year-old retired neurosurgeon from Maraval and his 42-year-old caretaker were both robbed by 5 men who stormed the home of the man, beat and robbed him, tied them up. After beating both men, the bandits tied them up and demanded cash. The caretaker said he heard one of them, who had a gun, point at him and speak on the phone with another man. See where the instructions coming from? A phone. And I just informed you all that there's information that the people in prison give those instructions, right? Right? They eventually stole the gentleman's iPhone 11, 5, and so on and so on. Another headline, wood-wielding pensioner fends off 5 bandits, December 2024. A 74-year-old man and his family were robbed on Christmas morning. Christmas morning, eh? Criminals know no timing. They know no boundaries. They know no timing. Christmas morning, they did to celebrate the birth of Jesus. He said around 3 a.m., 5 bandits, all masked, jumped the wall at the side of his house and came into his porch. See how they enter? They jump in the wall. The man said he took the piece of wood and began defending himself. The 5 men ran off and got into 2 cars waiting outside the house. Just 2 more. Maruga woman, 69, beaten and robbed during a home invasion in September of 2024. 69-year-old female retiree was beaten with a cutlass during a home invasion in Maruga in the night. La Romaine couple beaten, robbed in home invasion. 5 men who broke into a house in La Romaine before dawn on June 13th, tied up and beat the homeowners and stole cash, jewelry, and other valuables. The elderly family had to be taken to the San Fernando General Hospital. And lastly, yet another home invasion, the headline in April of 2023. The businessman and his wife were not at home at the time. However, this is important, their children, ages 13 and 11, were home, as well as the man's parents, who were in their 60s. The criminals came calling. The report said 5 gunmen went into the veranda on the 1st floor of the house and pried open the door. They ransacked the house and stole the safe as well as other personal items, including a quantity of jewelry. And there's a reason why I selected those articles, and I'll get to it now. So we have a bill titled, the Home Invasion, Self-Defense and Defense of Property Bill. It's expected to go to Parliament very soon. And it's currently being circulated, and MPs are asked to consult with their constituents and seek their advice, what should be included, what should be considered, what should be taken out, if anything at all. And it's important to understand that your voice can be heard and inserted in the bill. I have not seen any opposition MPs hold any consultation, but nothing is barring them from going back to their constituents. Or is it that they don't care what their constituents have to say? Or is it that they don't want to hear what their constituents have to say because they're afraid the constituents might be in support of it? I don't know. But the bill is a very short bill. It's 10 clauses long. And essentially, it does 2 very important things. One is it creates the offense of home invasion. And that's important because while we have existing trespass laws, we have existing offenses, assault and battery, offense against the Persons Act, and of course the Criminals Law Act, we do not have any specific law that deals with those instances I just spoke about. So we have an offense of home invasion being created at clause 6 of the bill. And this bill, according to clause 5, reverses the presumption of innocence. It puts the presumption of innocence on you, the homeowner. Because right now, as I started off by this example, the woman's still waiting. She could still be charged. This bill, if this were to happen now, if this were to happen after the bill is passed, then there will be no question. This woman will be presumed innocent. Okay. Right. So clause 5 of the bill says, essentially, it says you do not have a duty to retreat, and you do have a right to stand your ground. The bill also says it's immaterial whether you have an honest belief that your use of force is balanced with the use of force coming to you. We've taken out all of that. That's in the common law. We've removed all of that. We now have once a man coming at you, once a man coming at your wife, once a man coming at your children. It don't matter if it's in the foot, his chest, his back, his head, anything. The tree canal, the taser, the big stone.
Bust the head too.
Bust it. Anything. All right? So now we have the presumption of innocence on the homeowner. All right? We don't have to wait for the DPP's word on that now. And clause 6 of the bill creates the offense of home invasion. And we all know what home invasion is. Somebody come in my house who's not wanted. Or somebody is invited and they had too much to drink, they misbehave, and I've asked them to leave, and then they pull out a weapon or they're brandishing a cutlass or something, and then that person becomes a home invader. Right? The Act speaks to all of that. So, and of course, the criminals, the 5 masked bandits, the 3 bandits, the people coming to rob you, those are home invaders, plain and simple. Clause 6.2 of the bill creates what I call home invasion with aggravation, meaning not only are you a home invader, but you're a home invader and part of a gang. You're a home invader committing this offense as part of a larger criminal enterprise. And you're a home invader who has invaded my home in the presence of a senior citizen, so the elderly. I mentioned the elderly, I mentioned pensioners, I mentioned 69-year-old female, Laramie couple beaten and so on. So the elderly, small children, minors, vulnerable persons, and disabled persons. So if you take advantage of people, right, the elderly and so on. And this clause, which I call home invasion with aggravation, really recognizes the history that I just went through. It is drafting legislation taking into consideration our recent history. So we've seen the criminals' attitude and behavior to go after the elderly. So we built it into the clause. If you go after the elderly, you now stand on indictment and conviction to a fine of $500,000 and imprisonment for up to 20 years. Right? So the penalty is so extreme. The penalty is so extreme now. It is an answer to this unlawful trend, this home invasion trend. All right? And the second thing the bill does, so clause 6 of the bill creates home invasion, 6.1 creates home invasion, 6.2 home invasion with aggravation. The second thing the bill does is it sets out the particulars, the considerations, the factors for self-defense. So if you find yourself in need of defending your home, your person, your property, your loved ones, and the police are thinking, well, did he use excessive force? Or did he use reasonable on all of that? There's a list of considerations the police officer has to go through and determine whether or not there is a breach of any of these considerations, a long list. And in my humble and respectful view, this list is in favor of the law-abiding citizen, of the person who is defending himself, his property, those that he loves, his family, and of course defending his lawful right. His lawful right. right, to exist in this country, free of the criminal element. The last point I wish to make, now, that's 6 and 7. There are other clauses of the bill. Clause 8 deals with defense of property. No need to get into that. It's obvious. You use reasonable force to defend your property. 9 is if you hear a commotion going on next door, you can help the neighbor and use any force, again, that the neighbor would use. And then 10 is exceptions. And that's it. That's the bill. That's the bill in a nutshell. The only other thing I wish to point out is that a lot of talk is circling social media about, well, the constitutional rights. The constitutional rights of others. Constitutional rights of who? The criminal? The home invader? What they mean, what that argument means to infer is the act potentially offends Section 4 of the Constitution, which is your enshrined rights. Specifically, for C, which is the right to an individual respect of his private and family life. No, sorry, not C. The right to an individual for life, which is A. The right of an individual to life, liberty, security of the person, and enjoyment of property, and the right to not be deprived thereof, except by due process of law. So they're talking about 4A, the right to life. Let me tell you something. This is my humble view, and I am an advocate to this end, that the Constitution applies to lawful citizens of this country. The Constitution is a binding contract. It's an agreement between the state and its citizens. If a person chooses to break into my home with the intent to do me harm, my wife harm, my daughter harm, my loved ones harm, he is not a lawful citizen of this country, and therefore he does not have the protection of the Constitution. He has thrown away his rights. He does not care. He does not care about the law. He does not care about the police. He does not care about the ramifications of his actions. He does not care about the judiciary. He doesn't care about the judges. He doesn't care about going to prison. So he has thrown away that opportunity the minute he chooses to break into my house. The minute he breaks into my house with a weapon in his hand, whether it be a gun, a cutlass, or whatever. He comes into my property with intent to do me harm, to do others harm. He comes in with the intent. In all these stories, I didn't mention these, I left those out, but I have another sheet that deals with those. How many times have we heard the man tied up, the husband or father tied up, and they taking the little girl in the next room? How many times have we heard? All ages, from 9 years old, go up. It don't matter, they don't care about geography, they don't care about time of the year, they don't care about time of the day, they don't care the age of the girl. How many times have we heard? How many times have we read in the papers? The minute you make that decision, remember, this is not an instance of innocent until proven guilty, eh? This is not an instance of innocent until proven guilty. This is an instance where you're done in my house, you're done in my place, you're taking she in the next room. It don't matter if my hand rests on a gun, a bottle I could break, a bamboo sharp trick, and it does not matter, you know. It doesn't matter. It could be a big stone, I will done you. So my humble view is the Constitution applies to lawful citizens. Part 4A, it says the right of an individual's liberty, security of the person, and enjoyment of property. What happened to my right to enjoy property? I went to school, I get my passes, I get a job, I sit down in traffic, I paying for park, I going to work, I coming home, I eating my rice and my dal, or my rice and my butter, my roti and my takari and so on. I eating my pilau, I eating my doubles, and I staying in my business in my square. You decide to be a criminal, and your right to life superior than my rights? No. No, your right to find a grave superior than mine. You go find it quick. And with that, I cannot wait for the debate to start on Sandra Grong. I find it difficult. I find it very difficult to see any MP say that those two clauses I mentioned, those two clauses are unfair and unreasonable and all of that. I don't know if which one is the MP. Is it Nyan Gatsby Dolly? who said, well, we don't do the school fighters anything because their parents are paying. I don't know if that is going to be the root of their argument. I don't know. But frankly, I don't care. The UNC has the majority, and that is the end of that. So I look forward to the bill being debated in Parliament, and I look forward to being one of the lawyers that will champion this bill in the courts.
But Richard, wait now. You should have been in that meeting in Princeton.
Which meeting in Princeton?
That the Princeton MP is hosting.
Well,
Ayana Ali.
Dr. Ali, the MP. Well, I had to be here.
But are you sure if they did give you that invitation to come, you would have surely be there because you are man boost in this stand your ground legislation?
Of course.
So maybe we'll have to have a second, they'll have to have a second meeting. And I will see if the goodly MP, through Mr. Patos here, will get you an invite.
Well, we can see. Okay, look, he said that potential there, man.
All right. So I think you gave the viewing public the most concise appreciation of the stand your ground.
Thank you.
It was very clear and to the point, and I think citizens are getting back their rights.
Yes.
Because I say, if you come in my house and you do what you have to do, rob me, beat me, and you leaving and you don't know how to have a firearm, I ain't studying nothing. No. I emptying it in your whether hitting you in your back, your neck, your bottom.
Yeah.
You're getting, I want to know if it's the front of your body, your back getting all.
Yeah.
Don't rob me and leave and think I will just take it easy. You're getting everything.
Yeah. Because once they get through, once they're coming back again, they're swinging back in next 6 months, next 9 months.
Dead men tell no tales.
Correct.
Because when they rob, they go and tell their friend, boy, easy pickings, boy.
Yeah. Pass through this door, do this, do that.
Easy, boy, them easy, boy.
Yeah.
And they had the PNM jump over your fence person. How come the law, how come nobody never took up that case or they charged that woman for statements where she was inciting for people to jump over your wall and deal with them?
That's a very good question. That is a very good question.
Because I remember somebody in South did make a statement about Rowley.
Yeah.
And he was arrested. I think either the same night or the morning. He was arrested.
Yeah. And she made those comments against East Indians.
Yes.
Yeah, and she said it. She said it. She said it. She said it.
Without any remorse.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Crime has no race, has no creed, has no color, has no ethnicity. Crime don't have a party card, you know. If you are a criminal, you are a criminal by choice. You choose that lifestyle, and if you choose that lifestyle, you accept it. It is going to end one way.
Whatever consequences.
Correct.
And you see what happened because of the conviction rate is so, the percentage is so small.
Yeah.
The criminals believe that they could do anything and get away.
That is it.
So with the introduction of this home invasion, when a few of them get slaughtered, I mean, I mean, your Camp Blanche, you go and, you know, once they come and it's a threat to you.
Yeah.
And your force, maybe it will be, it will give somebody, send a message to some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. It is, as I said on Saturday, this is the government's attempt, the government's first attack on crime and the government's attempt of putting the power back in the hands of the lawful citizen, giving the citizen the right to fight back, giving the citizen the right to fight against the criminal element, giving the citizen the right to defend himself, his property, his loved ones against those that will do him harm. So you're absolutely correct. I think after a few, because all the criminals in these examples had unlawful firearms. And you have to treat force with force. You have to answer criminality with legality.
Right.
All right? So I think it's time we should probably take a break.
And then we'll
come back, we open the lines.
Yes,
so everybody, viewers, you all know the numbers. As soon as we come back, we're going to go straight to the phone lines. So give us a call and be on standby.
Any questions? Have your questions ready as we come back. So guys, let's go for the break.
Yeah.
Introducing the finest selection from premium deli and meats. Savor the bold flavors of beef salami, beef pepperoni, and chicken ham. Indulge in our diced beef bacon and perfectly sliced beef bacon. Explore the rich taste of smoked beef and tender roast beef. Treat yourself to our juicy jumbo chicken hot dogs and beef hot dogs. Top it all off with the delicate flavors of smoked turkey breast and our premium whole turkey, all halal certified for your trust. Delivered to you by Chill Foods, Premium Deli and Meats, excellence in every bite.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest varieties, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parch, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited, Warrenville, Conopia. Chic Leisure Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
All right, welcome back, folks. So guys, put up the numbers, please. Let's get cracking and let the viewers, any questions you all have on the stand ground or anything else that is trending at the moment, feel free to ask the learned attorney, Mr. Richard Jagesa.
Yeah, and while we wait on the call, let me continue the last point I was making there. Crime is a choice, eh? Crime is a choice. Crime is not about race, religion, belief, anything like that. Crime is a choice. It's not even rooted in poverty. Because how many poor people just go out there and make something of themselves?
Of course, look, we from a very big family.
Mm-hmm.
My father was the only breadwinner. And not one of us turned to a life of crime.
Exactly.
Not one of us.
Exactly. So how you can say, we have a call.
Hello, good night, caller.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to you, gentlemen.
Wa alaikum assalam.
That, with the standing ground, that $500,000 fine with the 20 years in prison, 20 or 25. If the person is found guilty, well, he could go to jail, but if you don't have that 500,000, what next? What would happen at that point? And two, I am the person that's taking credit for this, who have been calling a lot of programs and keep on reminding everybody about that Juliet Davies statement. And I see you bring it up again, but I write it down already to mention it, and you bring it up. However, I want to find out from Mr. Jagesa if there's a statute of limitation on something like that where the citizens could take legal action against Juliet Davy for that. Because what she did, she encouraged and emboldened and enticed, or not entice, and incite people to commit home invasion. Jump the fence, jump your wall, deal with them. And this is what is happening. Thanks for this new government, and thanks for the standing ground legislation. All of us have a great evening.
Yeah. Before we take the other caller, caller, thanks for that. Here's what I will check the statute of limitations on that, because I think if anything at all, it would be inciting violence, right? It wouldn't be sedition. So I will check it on that, because I know the answer for sedition. What I recommend, caller, since you feel so strongly about it, since you call all these radio programs and keep the issue alive, you are entitled as a lawful citizen to write the Commissioner of Police and inquire. You are entitled to write the Commissioner of Police and attach the video to your inquiry and say, have you seen this video? You draft it as you see fit. But essentially the content is, have you seen this video? What are your thoughts on this video? Do you believe it offends any law? And let me know what the Commissioner says in response.
Good advice. Good song advice. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Hello?
Good night. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, good night to the panel.
Good night.
Yeah. It's high time and more than time. We've suffered too much and we wait too long to deal with this crisis of crime. Like, it was advantage on the good people, the hard-working people, and the innocent people. And these criminals were allowed to get away scot-free every time they commit their crimes. And then they take years, the judiciary take years. A man could kill 100 times, and they take years before they try a case and give us justice. It's time now that people can't take it anymore, because they've gone too far, invading people in their homes and their family. And even if you're walking on the road, you're not free. Well, if you cannot walk free on the road too, and if you can't live in your home, I don't know what you call it again, that crime going so bad in this country. We allow it to escalate to this way that people can't take it anymore. You cannot take it anymore. It's too much. And it's time to change that old constitution that we have in our country. They are protecting criminals and they have more rights than the innocent and hard-working people. I don't think it should be like that, which was going on all the time. It's time they get serious and deal with this thing once and for all, and let Trinidad and Tobago become a crime-free country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Hello.
Good night.
Good night.
Go ahead, caller.
Yes, hello, good night.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead,
Hello.
caller. Go ahead, caller, you're live.
Yes, go ahead. Hello, Richard.
Good night, caller.
Yes, good night.
You take off.
I'm live. I'm looking at it. I'm listening. Richard Jaggins.
Take off your television, caller, so you'll actually talk through the phone.
Good night, Richard.
Good night, caller.
All right. I would like to see added to the legislation zero tolerance, extreme prejudice. 20 years in Trinidad and Tobago, you're only serving about 14 years. I want to see 12-month year terms. And they bring back the cat o' nine tails to match how many years it is, one cat for each year, and all to be delivered within the first 3 years of your sentence. That is all I have to say, sir. Thank you very much for listening.
All right, caller.
Drastic there. The caller is very drastic.
Yep. All right.
Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good night, caller. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, what I would like to know is if a bad boy kidnaps somebody, take him to his home, and kill him there, and claim it's a home invasion, what happens?
What is that? Come back with that caller.
If a bad boy takes somebody away from his, kidnap somebody, so it doesn't necessarily happen in the home. Could happen anywhere.
Take him to his home.
Right.
Right? Kill him there and say that person came to invade my home. Or his home, sorry.
Right. Okay. So the first responders will have tests to do. The bill speaks to the legal tests, but they will have other forensic analysis and so on that will take place. And the police and others will have to come to a conclusion whether or not the story being told by the occupier, by the homeowner, whether that story makes sense, or if there's evidence to the contrary. All right, so there's positive evidence, negative evidence, and they will have to test it. The positive evidence, anything in support of what he's saying, negative evidence, anything against what he's saying. So they will test it, and there will be evidence, both for and against, that they will weigh. And if it does not add up, then this bill would not apply, and they will lay the charge of murder and kidnapping against him.
But that somehow that, to me, that doesn't make sense. If I report this man come to invade my home and I kill him.
No.
But that's the same question, caller, so that will be the same answer. The police will have to do their job. The police will have to assess. If you make a call and you say, I try to invade your home, the police will test it. The police will, well, how Richard Jagasa invaded your home, and on Wednesday night he was on breaking barriers, and Friday he was in Juma. That is making sense. And on Thursday he was in Siparia consultation. That is making sense. The police will have to do their job, caller. So they will, and that's the case with every crime. That's the case now today, even without the bill being passed. Okay?
But the man is kidnapped. He's taken to the bandit home. The bandit kills him at his home. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, caller, thanks so much for the call, right? Because you just asked the same question a third time. But caller, wouldn't there be, and it's for the benefit of everybody, wouldn't there be evidence that the gentleman was kidnapped? Wouldn't there be, when he dies, there will be rigor mortis, the developing in certain areas. There will be, the autopsy will show that the kidnapped victim was probably gagged, was probably tied. There will be marks on the wrist, there will be marks on the feet, there will be signs of struggle. There will be blood clots in places that wouldn't be there had it not been a kidnapping and so on. So that's what I mean. There will be evidence, and you know, the police will have to do their job. So there will be signs of the kidnapping. There will be signs of the dragging the person, the signs of dragging me from the kidnap car to the house, and then the way that the body is dealt with, the way, let me say you put a gun to my head, the closeness of the weapon, the way it is fired, and all of that. All right? And that's straying a bit far from the bill. The case now is, if that happens now, the police will have to test it. All right? And the way that I said, evidence for, evidence against, and some of the evidence against will be the signs of the kidnapping. Okay? Say the other call.
Hello, good night, caller.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, caller.
I could speak to Mr. Jagasano.
Hi, caller. Good night. You're live.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Jagasa.
Good night.
I miss you so much, but I appreciate that you come back tonight because I just be looking at your program all the time. I think I told you already that you is the pity of my grandson, so I just make it my duty to sit down on a Wednesday night, and I'm so glad that tonight I see you again. I wish that I could see you in person, but I don't want to keep you too much. I live in not too far from Chagonas, and it's always fast with my daughter. It's a sick person, but whenever she carries me Chagonas, I just watch at your place upstairs in Ramsaran Street. I would like to meet you personally. And if you want to know where I live in, you could call me. I'm sure you will see my phone number. You could call me on a WhatsApp, and I will talk to you and give you my number, my address. Thank you for listening, and I love you plenty because you always come like me. My grandson, whenever I see you, I just be only smiling.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dagista. Until next week again.
Good night, caller, and I love you too, caller.
You see how we can look at where you reaching people's heart, eh? Watch out that, eh? No, we go get the lady number and see if we could go and visit her.
We will go down there with...
No, you will go and visit her. I will probably drive. Hello, good night, caller.
Hello, good night.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, with respect to the caller who called in about the somebody being kidnapped.
Yeah.
And then he kills the person in the house and claiming that there was a home invasion.
Yeah.
I recall today, reading on the papers, where a similar incident or something similar to what the caller was talking about happened in Cuba, where a husband called the police and claimed that there was a home invasion and his wife was killed.
Yeah, I think I saw
After
that.
the police weighed, they did the investigation and so on, the husband was charged for murder.
Yeah.
So I agree with what Mr. Jaggers is saying there, that the police will have to do its work.
Correct.
And come up and weigh the evidence and come to a conclusion as to whether what the gentleman is saying is credible or not. And this is what happened with the Cuba lady who got killed sometime earlier this week or last week. And today, the husband was charged, although he made a report claiming that there was a home invasion and his wife got killed.
Yeah, so he tried to fabricate a story and pretend as though some other third party came into his house and killed his wife. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So it's the same situation where...
Okay, you're listening
Yeah,
to
caller, you can take off your TV and listen to us.
All right.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, let's go to the other one then. I don't want to keep the other caller waiting.
No, you got a live example.
Yeah.
Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, sir.
Yes, good night. Calling on the legislation where you was talking about. I find there should add a clause that once you get the firearm license, you should have camera systems in your house. So you will see if any intruders, it will be evidence also. Once you have the licensed firearm.
Once you have a licensed firearm, you should also have an alarm system?
Camera system in your house. So you'll see somebody breaking and entering.
A camera system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Video footage.
Right. Okay. Well, I think everybody more or less has camera systems now.
But they should make it mandatory. Once you get the license, you have camera system in your house.
Okay. All right. I'll include it in my comments. Thank you, caller.
Hello, good night, caller. Hello. No calls at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
on this point, I was going to engage the caller for a minute, but on this point, I understand from an evidential perspective, it will be beneficial to you, the homeowner, to explain to the police, look, the evidence is jumping over my wall.
Right.
I get that, totally. I think most people have that evidence, but let's say a criminal goes with the DVR.
Right.
Cuts the Wi-Fi, so your thing stop recording. You know, all those things can happen. Like a colleague of mine, Saturday was a victim of a home invasion in South. A live example, something very close to me, someone very close to me. She was a victim of a home invasion. They beat her father and so on. And they got away with some cash, etc. And they took the DVR. They took, the things. So in those circumstances, I just want to say, I understand from an evidential perspective how crucial it is. So different camera systems, it have real cheap. It have the ones you could just go and buy $100 camera and connect it to your phone, and you just pop that on a desk somewhere. Maybe more expensive ones that connected to a TV monitor and so on. So I understand what the caller is saying. The only point I wanted to make was that's the reason we have body cameras now. That's the reason the police have body cameras now, so that from the time they enter a scene as well, their camera is recording. They could pick up certain details, certain bits of evidence and so on. But thank you for that call. I have made a note.
Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, good night, caller. Go ahead.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.
I want to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, I'm calling for Barco, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
If a bandit coming into my house, right? And I shoot this bandit and I kill him. Now the police come in to investigate and will be taking my firearm. Okay?
No. Under the current law, yes, they will do that.
Right. So what the thing is, what I want to find out, when the police take my firearm, I would like to know how long the police will be keeping my firearm into the station, and for how long? I don't know for how long they will keep it. What about getting them back within a month or so, and the next month they come in? What I'll do?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, caller, for that. I've heard that question before, and I've heard the Minister of Homeland Security's answer to the question. So, who am I? A junior attorney? I'll give you the minister's response. The minister's response is, the police are supposed to leave you with your firearm, do certain tests and so on with it at the scene, yes, but leave you with your firearm, call you a day to visit Suru to conduct certain tests, certain examinations with the firearm and so on. And in ideal circumstance, they'll do certain things with it. So I wouldn't say on air, but they'll do certain things with it to sort of preserve the weapon as is and, of course, make it safe. And when you conduct that test, you're just supposed to go in with your firearm, conduct the test. I mean, it's supposed to happen very quickly after the incident. And then you go home back with your firearm. All right? So that's the Minister of Homeland Security, who, by the way, spent his entire career as a police officer. So me, junior attorney, gave leave to senior police officer, now Minister of Homeland Security. That's his answer on the question. All right?
Fair enough. Hello, good night, caller. Sorry about that, caller. Yeah, hello, good night, caller. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello, good night, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
My simple question or remark is that when you call the police station to make a complaint or a report, it doesn't get the 999 answer in your phone immediately.
Mm-hmm.
They always put you on a hold for available agent. Could the police fix this problem?
Yeah.
Very urgently. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, caller, for that. Let me make a note of that. That is a common and a practical issue. Fixing of the TTPS is one of the many things that has to happen if you're tackling crime. All right? This bill is one of many layers in the fight against crime. This bill is relative to giving the lawful citizen the right to fight back. There are other facets of this thing, other layers of fighting crime. There's fixing the root causes, there's dealing with rehabilitation, and so on. And as you correctly pointed out, there's dealing with the TTPS in a manner that properly outfits them, giving them resources, mechanisms, training, and so on, all of those things, better equipping them to deal with live issues. And that's a practical issue you've raised. I mean, it's not directly connected to the bill, but that's a practical issue, and I think I'm going to take a note of it. It has come up several times, and I'll raise it in every of the volunteer committees I'm on, because that's a real problem. I mean, some of the examples I gave, you have 45 minutes here waiting for the police. My close personal friend, my colleague, she's still waiting.
Oh, shit.
Since Saturday, she's still waiting.
All right, let's take this caller. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good night. Go ahead, caller.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
To you and Aggravated.
Good night.
Yes,
Wa alaikum salam.
I like all your uniform, boy.
Yeah, you see that?
Right, good. Thank you so much.
Man.
All dress up like that, boy.
Boy, well,
we just bounce up.
Well, we're trying to see if we could get Richard married. So, you know how it is.
Well, I hear you say you're Nikai already, boy.
No, not as yet. We ain't Nikai yet. He takes Shahada. So, you know how it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what on your mind?
Boy,
other than my marital status.
I demand when you come in Baraka, go and meet you there, boy.
Wait.
To pledge me money, boy.
Remind me from where? Because you know so much people.
From down in Kunjal, boy.
Right. Yes. Boy,
right, and we had a good chat, boy.
Right by the Musala there?
Yes, boy.
Right, yes. I think you came
I
in.
hear you talk about duck and you coming down Princess Town to eat duck.
Yeah, well, just let me know. We go
You're
pass it by you.
volunteering? You're cooking?
Come down, my Nina, man. I got some big drink, 9 and 10 pound, boy.
Tricky saying, yeah, Peking duck. Saif, take his number off there. We're gonna deal with this. We're gonna look up this duck Saturday itself.
We got it. We gotta call you and tell you when we're coming up on your side.
That's correct, boy. You remember the man, eh?
Yeah. I remember you, man. We sat and chat for a while.
That's correct, boy.
Right. That was good, man.
Yeah, they say local duck is the better duck. So yeah, local duck, uncle.
Local duck, boy.
All right.
Yeah, that. No.
Make sure that curry burn, eh? I want to make sure you put some. Yeah, the
Well,
masala.
You have to call me and tell me when you come in, so I will prepare that for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, you
I
know.
go walk with the saffron.
Saffron?
I must walk with something. I can't go with my hands.
What trouble is this, boy? No. Yeah, well, we will take you up on our offer.
Okay.
All right. You have a good night, man. All right.
What's it supposed to be? What's it supposed to be? What's it supposed to be?
They have curry, but there's some people that put a little saffron in it, not much. Yeah, that's not a major ingredient, but you put a little bit.
I go walk with myself, right? And I go walk with Moody and you.
Walk with your belly.
All right.
Yeah.
Shadow Benny and Pepper.
All right,
Yeah.
Richard, look how time flies.
Closing comments.
28 minutes past now.
We did all the ads, so we have more to run.
Well, guys, that's it for ads. We have any ads and come back with closing comments?
If anybody wants to get in contact with Breaking Barriers in relation to running ads and so on, either here or at Baraka Grounds, you can call the same numbers when we're off air and you can liaise with them and talk to our publications team. Yeah. Oh, right. I am told that to check the live. Right, we have a follower. I've always seen, I see her comments all the time. Asha Simmons is one of our, suppose she didn't want her name called now. No. All right, yeah. Okay, so acknowledging Asha Simmons, she always watches the show and she comments on all of our things that we post. I can't get through to the line, but I just want to congratulate you on the great work you are doing and to encourage you and to keep advocating for the people. I thought it was a question. Thank you so much, Asha Simmons. Thank you so much for always watching the show. And we do read your comments and we do see you very actively participating.
All right. Richard, well, I would just like to end by re-emphasizing the situation in Gaza.
Of course.
Let's get this situation come to an end as quickly as possible. I don't want to see any more children dying, women, innocent people. So I would just like to say to those in power, let's see how fast we could resolve this matter. And folks outside there, just be safe. You still have a lot of miscreants outside, so watch how you're driving on the road. Wet roads. Saw someone recently, a hardcore employee, drowned in a car when it ran and went into the river. You know, very tragic.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful on the road, and I will catch you next week, Wednesday. And don't forget, Brilliant is open from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come and get your lamb. Pasta.
What's the thing with the cheese?
The Alfredo?
No, not Alfredo. Something else. Is it fries and cheese mix up?
Oh, the poutine?
Poutine, right. That's it.
Come and get all that great food at great prices. So you can check us out at Brilliant, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Richard,
with great servers. We'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll try to be there.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for having me once again. I look forward to seeing you once more next week, Wednesday, on Breaking Barriers. Good night.
Good night.
happened to me. This waiting comes with trials and challenges. Nothing in life is free. I wish that somehow you tell me out aloud that on that day I'll be okay. But we'll never know, 'cause that's not the way it works. Help me find my way.